Nourishing the world. Leading in aerospace innovation. Enhancing human and animal health. Responsibly powering a growing world population. Addressing society's grand challenges is the duty of the next generation of servant leaders. Developing those leaders means providing access to and reimagining higher education at a place that strives to be the nation's preeminent land-grant university. The plan to solve society's grand challenges starts today. And it starts at Oklahoma State University.
I'm Dr. Kayse Shrum, President of Oklahoma State University, and I want to thank you for joining us on this exciting day. Over the next few minutes, we will lay out the plan for the future of Oklahoma State University and its students. This plan is transformative and bold and has implications that extend to the state and higher education as a whole. Here's the grand aspiration. We will become the nation's preeminent land-grant university. Members of my team and I traveled across Oklahoma and outside the state on listening tours with alumni, donors, industry representatives, tribal partners, and political leaders, while the Strategy Steering Committee and working groups worked tirelessly on campus to develop the key ideas in the strategy. The resulting strategy is a statement of Oklahoma State University's fundamental commitments, collective aspirations, strategic priorities, and high-level imperatives for achieving land-grant preeminence. Supporting the broad strategy statement are a series of tactical decisions that will make progress measurable and that can be implemented across the university within each college, school, academic unit, division, and campus. Before we can define the future of Oklahoma State University, we need to explore our history. Oklahoma State University was established on Christmas Day, 1890. The land was provided at no cost through the Morrill Act, which established land-grant universities. Land grants were born from a need for accessible, affordable higher education. The goal was to provide those in rural and agricultural areas with an education relevant to everyday life. Since 1890, our campus has helped better society by developing an educated workforce. An OSU degree improves the quality of life for anyone willing to step through our doors and work hard. And our extension offices, located in all 77 counties, allow our research to enrich the daily lives of all Oklahomans. We are land-grant, and today is about building on our impactful legacy with uncommon preeminence for the common good. When we began this process last year, we started on a solid foundation as a Tier 1 research university operating through multiple campuses. Just look around campus. Our physical presence is expansive and our financial footing strong. Because of the stewardship of the past, we are prepared to imagine OSU reaching new heights of influence on society. Again, here's the vision. Oklahoma State University will become the preeminent land-grant university. We will achieve this by capitalizing on the intersection of OSU's strengths and society's greatest needs. We will focus on the needs of our students, from debt load to preparing them for life after graduation. We'll use the strength of our multi-campus system and our research capabilities. And we'll reimagine extension to change the state and the world. I now want to introduce Senior Vice President of System Operations, Jerome Loughridge, to share the details of the strategic plan. Jerome has guided the process from day one and will lead our efforts to make sure we fulfill the promises we make within this plan.
Thank you, President Shrum. This is such a transformational time for OSU. Let's begin by defining what it means to be the nation's preeminent land-grant university. It means we will serve the needs of Oklahoma better than any other land-grant does for its home state. This plan includes focused strategies and imperatives to support this goal. It's important to note existing programs and initiatives not mentioned in the strategy will continue, as they're each vital to the health of the university. Ultimately, a strategy simply says, here's where we're going, here's what we're going to do, and this is the ordered series of decisions that we're going to make. Over the course of the past year, we conducted numerous town hall meetings and listening sessions. We gathered responses, some 3,500, to carefully crafted questions. We had robust conversations about the university's direction. We aimed to distill the facts and input by asking basic questions like, to what do we aspire? The strategy represents the grand aspiration. It details our areas of concentration. Strategy is a set of ordered choices, not a catalog of everything we do. When we have a choice to make, an incremental dollar to invest, it will be around one of these 4 areas of priority. These 4 areas are not the sum total of what the university does, but they do represent the areas where our state's greatest needs intersect with OSU's greatest capabilities. Areas where we will push for research dollars. Areas where we will recruit, attract, and retain talented faculty and researchers. Areas in which we will increase the workforce and meet critical needs. Areas where we hope to see even more students enroll and find successful, stable, important careers. Priority Area 1, enhancing human and animal health, what we refer to as One Health. This found a powerful expression in OSU's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, where it brought these 2 important scientific strains to bear on behalf of Oklahoma's population. It similarly finds expression in our newly launched Human Performance and Nutrition Institute. Priority Area 2, powering a growing world population sustainably and responsibly. Think here of our efforts within the Ham Institute for American Energy, as well as across other areas of our campus. Priority Area 3, innovating to nourish a world that has never needed it more. And Priority Area 4, leading in aerospace innovation and application, our state's second leading industry and an area of dynamic promise for our upcoming graduates. Connecting these areas to Oklahoma's economy is a steadfast commitment to workforce excellence. Here we will bring to bear OSU's prominence in entrepreneurship, in the future of work, and in other areas of inquiry that will allow us to prepare our students for jobs that do not even currently exist. Well, in addition to these priority areas, Oklahoma State University is a leader in STEM education, from our K-12 initiatives to our academic programs and research. And while much work is already being done, the strategy presents a unique opportunity for further STEM alignment to have an even greater and lasting impact on the state of Oklahoma. Which leads us to an important topic in our strategy, and that's our students. Over the past few decades, much progress has been made in building OSU's infrastructure and facilities, which provide a top-tier learning environment. It's now time for us to focus our efforts on investing and growing our student population. One of the fundamental tenets of the land-grant mission is access. In order to expand student access, the first imperative of the OSU strategy is this: we will enroll a minimum of 5,000 new first-year students by the year 2026. To accomplish this, we will recruit an increasing number of college-ready undergraduate students. Reaching this goal will mean a growth rate of around 10%. Now, why do we want to do that? Because we believe that no one needs graduates more than Oklahoma needs them. Oklahoma produces about 25% fewer graduates than does the average state. So OSU will help solve this issue by expanding Oklahoma's career-ready college graduate workforce. Along with that, we're going to increase scholarship for new students. We put it this way, we're going to scholarship like we've never scholarshiped before. We're going to ask our communities and our friends to support students in a way they haven't been asked to. And now it's time to grow the number of people who benefit from the generosity of the Cowboy family. Besides enrolling greater numbers, we're focused on retaining our students through graduation. And therefore, the second imperative is to increase our 6-year graduation rate by 10% by the year 2027. Research proves there are 3 reasons why students drop out of college: academic preparedness, social engagement, and financial capability. To increase retention to graduation, we will increase retention-directed scholarships. We aim to raise an unprecedented amount of scholarship dollars to address retention challenges induced by financial hardship that our students face. We'll address student debt with specific, measurable targets. Specifically, we commit to graduating students in such a way that 60% of our graduates graduate debt-free. And for those students who do have student debt, their average will be no more than $3,000 per year. So for instance, for a student attending OSU for 4 years, that means no more than $12,000 in debt as our objective. Now, taken together, the recruitment and retention scholarship program, coupled with the goal of new student scholarships, means the requirement of a larger scholarship fund than we've ever known before. We also intend to increase advising capacity by 20%. This will come in the form both of personnel and of technology, but we know academic preparedness hinges on a strong advising capability. We're also rethinking the way that students are advised through their academic careers towards success. And herein we intend to enrich the student experience by taking what we do well in areas like student athletics and in living learning communities and applying them across the entire campus. Well, these then are our fundamental pillars: access for students, which aligns with our historic land-grant mission; student success, which says after we recruit them, we are committed to supporting them through graduation; and then advising, which is key to academic success. The fundamental pillars will uniquely position all of our students, irrespective of their major, their college, their school, or their campus, for success after graduation. Students such as Raiden Magnus, a biochemistry and molecular biology student.
Attending OSU is so important to me. I know I'm getting such a great education, and being a land-grant university, OSU really pours into me, and the preparedness OSU gives me to go and impact the world through my own knowledge, through my own experience, is so important to me.
At Oklahoma State University, not only do we have the benefit of being founded on the ideals of the land-grant university, but we also have the Cowboy Code that provides the canvas of our culture. At its best, Cowboy culture inspires servant leaders who give humbly of themselves to impact communities, improve society, and steward the land and its people. It embodies a tough, practical sensibility. It looks you in the eye, tells the truth, and offers a helping hand. It acts with both excellence and integrity. Our Cowboy culture demands that cowboys treat every individual with dignity and respect, no matter her circumstances. It welcomes questions in the spirit of honest inquiry and does not shy away from asking the big questions. Cowboys are at home in the company of the elite, but are never elitist. A backbone of the university is the Cowboy culture. It's integral to the university, and it's necessary to the strategy. But how do we operationalize it? How do we put legs to it? We picked one particular attribute out of many from the Cowboy culture, and that is that cowboys compete. For the purposes of this strategy, we've included 2 metrics about competition. First, we will end up in the top 30 of the Directors' Cup for all NCAA sports, women's and men's. At the same time, we intend to rank in the top 30 of nationally and internationally competitive scholars. Think here of Goldwater, Rhodes, Truman, Marshall, Mitchell, Udall, and others. In all other areas of competition, from livestock judging to bringing in National Science Foundation grant dollars, we intend to compete with integrity and excellence, competitive on the field and competitive in the classroom. When our students cross the stage, they're going to continue to have their excellent OSU degrees. But today's society demands workforce-ready graduates that have successful careers, contribute to their communities, and are part of advancing the economic fabric of Oklahoma. Well, one future OSU graduate is Daisha Blackwell, hospitality and tourism student.
We live in a world where things can seem pretty dark and gloomy. With everything that we see on the news and just little things that happen here and there. And I think that OSU prepares us to excel in our academics and in our teamwork abilities, and then further on into the workforce to use those to make sure that we make an impact and wherever we go and however we do it.
No single innovation more animates the OSU strategy than that of the ideal graduate. We want all of our graduates to have the following 4 competencies: professional preparedness, engaged citizenship, ethical leadership, and personal responsibility. How will we do that? We're going to create a student portfolio. Housed in the cloud, employer-facing, the portfolio will follow students throughout their career. Self-directed and self-reporting, it will provide a clear, technologically enabled rubric on which to assess their classroom learning, but also important things like their activities, their internships, their volunteer work, their undergraduate research experience, their study abroad, and more. OSU alum Joe Easton has some perspective on how this will impact prospective employers. Joe is CEO of ISN, the global leader in contractor and supplier information management.
I believe OSU is prepared to meet the needs of the students and the companies hiring our students in a lot of ways. For one, our culture is so strong in general. We have, a massive amount of humility, a massive amount of hardworking students, a massive amount of technically well-trained students, thanks to our faculty. But one thing that I think OSU has with all of that is the ability to combine all those together. And not very many places can have all those different aspects and combine them into the professional that companies truly need. They need someone that knows what they're doing, that's going to work hard, that's going to think ahead, that's going to be able to contribute and truly have their head on a swivel where they know what's going around and what's coming around the corner.
Undergraduate and graduate instruction, the heart of OSU's mission, will continue to adapt. In support of the strategic direction, OSU will align curriculum to support the generation of ideal graduates and advance the land-grant mission. The first objective relative to this is the reform of general education. Now, gen ed courses are necessary, essential, but often unrelated, something of an academic hodgepodge. OSU intends to reimagine the general education curriculum and to align it according to macro tracks, align around something like the grand challenges of civilization. Those classes will cohere with one another, no longer a random assortment that no one can draw any line of distinction between. This will create a couple of things. First, it will create a meaningful general education experience before students begin their major course of study. And at the other end, a portfolio at graduation can certify that the student has reached the 4 competencies of an ideal graduate, both using their extracurricular and their curricular involvement. Well, Dean Keith Garbett is the interim dean for the OSU College of Arts and Sciences, whom we'll hear from next.
It will be a revolution. If we reimagine general education, we can move from a place where, let's be honest, students don't necessarily understand why they take their general education courses. We need to make it clear to students that there is a purpose to general education, that when they take general education courses, they're gaining a set of skills. And so a reimagining that allows students to understand why they're getting a general education and appreciating it, understanding that it's every bit as important to their success in the future as their major is. Because the skills that come out of a general education are the ones that help you as you move forward in your life. Your degree is going to get you your first job or into your graduate school, but your general education, the skills of communication, the ability to interact with other people, those are going to be the things that allow you to proceed and succeed in your profession.
In addition to reforming general education, as part of our focus on teaching, we will create new programs around the areas previously identified, STEM and mission-critical areas for our state. Included in these will be 8 new online program offerings, 8 new Bachelor of Technology degrees, including Advanced Technologies, which will extend through the campuses at OSU Tulsa, OSU OKC, and OSU IT in Okmulgee. 3 new Bachelors of Science degrees, and 8 new non-degree certificate programs in areas vital for our state's economy. We'll also induce a more robust suite of online offerings, including continuing education for working professionals. Added to our teaching mission is the centrality of our research enterprise. And here we intend to leverage our R1 status to advance research that impacts society. We aim to attract and retain high-talent innovators who can work across disciplines. We won't stop doing bench research, but we will esteem interdisciplinary work. This is where the magic can happen. Let me give an example. As we speak, we are using our capability in drones to check for methane along energy-producing corridors, combining 2 areas, aerospace and energy, that are central to our strategic thrust. Life is interdisciplinary, and our research should be too. We'll continue to leverage institutes to drive transdisciplinary discovery. We've already had success with this. Our National Center for Wellness and Recovery, our Human Performance and Nutrition Institute, these fulfill the land-grant mission of broadening the reach of research. We also intend to create an open access university where our research is available to the public online. We intend then to share our research through extension in a way that only OSU can. And we will incorporate our students, undergraduates and graduates, to the maximum degree possible. Oklahoma has a unique opportunity in Oklahoma State University, which has a presence in all 77 counties. It's time to reimagine and capitalize on the foundation and structure already in place. Our strategy says we will learn from agriculture and its success and extension and expand the possibilities to include all areas of inquiry. What does the rural landscape in Oklahoma need, and how can our research benefit all the people of Oklahoma? Blaine Arthur is the Secretary of Agriculture for the state of Oklahoma and serves on the OSU A&M Board of Regents.
We are so unique from that land grant perspective. There's no one else that has the resources that we have, that has the talent and the skill set that we have. There's not another university that has extension service that serves all 77 counties of the state of Oklahoma. So I feel like we are really poised to lead the way in the next 5, 10, 15 years to have this vision for what we can be as a university, to really lead the way to improve the lives, certainly of our graduates, but also of the state of Oklahoma.
No other institution in the state has the power that comes from a multi-campus presence. But how can OSU improve that? We intend to maximize and align the use of technology across all our campuses to drive a start orange, finish orange ethos that equips our students with seamless support, to create a true system that will make it more straightforward to finish what our students begin, to coordinate career preparation and placement across all campuses, and to strengthen our Hire OSU Grads initiative, extending it to all of our campuses and integrating with industry-specific employment partners. Well, there's much more to the strategy than what we've been able to cover today. The entire document is available online at strategy.okstate.edu. I said earlier that a strategy is nothing more than an ordered system of decisions and a set of steps we've committed to take to achieve our goals. The fulfillment of a strategy is much more than that. It will require the dedicated actions of the Cowboy family to develop the next generation of workforce and to solve society's grand challenges. And now, Dr. Shrum will share our next steps and how you can play a part in advancing OSU's mission. Dr. Shrum?
Thank you, Jerome. The steering committee and working groups have taken on a daunting task, one that many organizations never tackle, and developed a cohesive plan broken down into coherent steps and distilled into the blueprint for the future of Oklahoma State University. Thank you to everyone who served and provided input in this process. I do not believe there is a university in a better position to launch into the future than the Oklahoma State University system. And the system, aligned and strengthened, is critical to the plan and to our future. To reach great heights, we must all unite behind this daring vision to be the nation's preeminent land-grant university. Together, we will reimagine and revolutionize Oklahoma State University. There are big, audacious milestones ahead of us. In the coming weeks and months, we'll share strategy updates and how you can help. I believe in you. I believe in each member of our faculty, in the dedication of our staff, in the strength of our alumni network. And I believe in the promises we're making to our students and to our state. Our time is now, Cowboys. Let's go forward boldly together. Thank you, and go Pokes.